The Special Investigating Unit not ruling out legal action against Andre de Ruyter, holding him to account for commissioning this unauthorized investigation into corruption at the power utility. So let's look at this matter further. And I'm joined by SIU Spokesperson Kaizer Kganyago. Good evening to you, Kaizer, and thank you very much for being on the program. De Ruyter didn't have the authority to investigate the affairs of Eskom, and he should not have commissioned what Motibi there, who was on that clip, called a parallel investigation into its affairs. What should he have done?
Good evening, Iman, and good evening to your viewers. What he should have done was to really indicate to the board of Eskom that there is an intention to do the work that he wanted to do. Because by him not doing what he was supposed to do, what he then did was an unauthorized investigation into Eskom, therefore, which means private parties are now in possession of information that they are not necessarily are supposed to have, because they've made an investigation into an organization and they have got information from the organization that was given to them by him. Therefore, that authority was very important for us. And people need not confuse the difference between having informed the former board member and having authority, because by authority we mean it should have been decided by the board of Eskom for him to be given the permission to do so.
All right, so what then, Kaizer, are some of the risks you believe were introduced to Eskom as a result of that investigation?
The risks are very clear, because Eskom obviously is a national key point. Therefore, if anybody gets information out there that is not authorized to have, we do not know what they are going to do with this kind of information. That's the first thing. But the second thing there is the risk that is also there is that there are private people that have been used in this particular investigation to fund this investigation. Therefore, the question is, where was this money from? Because some of it we have already established is from BLSA, but the others were funded by other people that are known, and we don't know what the motives for that funding would have been.
So it was interesting, again, in that clip that we heard that was presented, well, that Parliament or the National Assembly heard today, that the investigation that de Ruyter did commission can point to areas that the SIU can investigate. What was being referred to there by Mr. Motibi?
Yes, his reference was to the point that when we read the report, we realized that most of the things that are in the reports are investigations that we already have proclamations on. And therefore, we have investigated almost all the power stations as per our proclamation. Therefore, what he was basically saying is, in as much as we are saying the authority of the investigation is a problem, but we cannot ignore the content. If there are issues there that relates to what we are obliged to investigate in terms of our proclamation, we will take whatever is in there and test it and make sure that we don't leave any stone unturned, because at the end of it all, we cannot then throw the whole investigation out and say it has not happened. Therefore, that's why he made a distinction to say we look at the governance side of things, which is how it was done, and we were saying it was not authorized. But we also look at it and say there are things that are pointless in there. Can we check them further to make sure that we get to the bottom of them? Those that can be moved out as not factual, we move them out. Those that are factual, we deal with them, because at the end, it is in the interest of the public for us to do that.